I timed this at like 6 minutes and 50 seconds, so I'm going to try and just launch into it. Okay.
6 minutes and 50 seconds.
Yeah, maybe 30 seconds. This is called Avast the Pirates, a demonstrative amalgamation. There were two fresh corpses slowly bleeding to death all over the sidewalk, costumes, red fruit juice mix all over white t-shirts, lying there in plain view, middle of the street, downtown Wednesday night, market night, on Main Street, Riverside, and passersby, calm, complacent market goers, double take the corpses in startlement. Looks of relief follow when they realize the blood is fake. The next expressions on every countenance varies from shock, amusement, anger, inquisitiveness, confusion, and discord. Jonah and Star are the first victims. Bush, hey, what do you say? How many kids did you kill today? Bush, hey, what do you say? How many kids did you kill today? It all took place beneath the statue of An Cheng Ho. Hands held behind him, a book of diplomacy, and tucked into the groove there was the staff of a pirate flag. A stolen, silly Disneyland Jolly Roger set center stage, and the skull and crossbones wore an eye patch. All the peaceniks were there. There were the core pirates, the anarchist subdivision of Students for Progressive Alternatives, Enrique the Commando, Star the Weech, Justin the punk rock kid who later founded Blood Orange Info Shop, Aaron the Dow pacifist, Maggie the badass, Richard the other badass with the constant Rage Against the Machine t-shirt, Jack and Jill the set of orphans. There was Janice, whom this author wishes he could recall more clearly. There was the HMS Collective, later founders of the Pharaoh's Den, namely Jason, Juan, Miguel, and Dolphin Brain, plus the homies Scotty, Brian, and Corey. There were many others, the Muslims, the Quakers, the ISO with Keith and Debbie. There were the Bloomington Punks. There was Madison. There was the guy in Nikes we were pretty sure was a cop, and there was Jose, Poser the Poser. Bush, hey, what do you say? How many kids did you kill today? The books, the pirate's booty lay freshly liberated atop a warm blanket stretched across the ground. Piles of books, stacks of them, stolen from Barnes & Noble and Riverside Community College and collected from pirate friends. There were two rules for a passerby to take a book. A, you had to read it, and B, you had to pass it on once you'd read it. Stamped on the inside cover of every book with a stamp homemade by Aaron was, "This book has been liberated. Pass it on." Enrique pulled Jonah aside. "Hey, this book is yours, right? Animal Farm, George Orwell. Are you sure you want to give it away? It looks like a special book." Jonah did, however, decide to give the book away, to his forever regret. There's an exceptionally unique illustration on the cover of the book with pigs ordering dogs to attack, and the dogs were insane spirals. "Where did you get all these books?" demanded an officer of the law. They were never far from the proceedings. "Oh, you know," said Jonah dismissively, "just off random people's bookshelves." True enough. "Bush, hey, what do you say? How many kids did you kill today?" Two curious young boys each pick up and inspect a classic, Manufacturing Consent by Noam Chomsky, and Naked Lunch by William S. Burroughs. "So you're going to read Naked Lunch and you're going to read Manufacturing Consent?" asked Jonah with dumb bravado. He always regretted this incident too. The boys took the books defiantly, thank Harris, and I'll bet they did read them. Jonah was wearing a black Dare to keep kids off drugs tee, and a few middle school kids scoffed as they walked by, making fun of Dare. So 20-year-old Jonah chimed in with an Abby Hoffman impression. Apparently you never heard of sarcasm before? The kids looked surprised and began paying more and more attention to the demonstrations. In fact, larger and larger and soon huge crowds formed at attention to the pirate demonstrations of downtown Wednesday night in 2001, 2002, 3, and 4. Everyone started paying attention. The anti-war movement was enormous, and the pirates were a major catalyst. Enrique turned away from her man. "I am way too well informed for you, bro." Jonah lamented. The people were bombing could throw rocks up at the jet fighters, but the rocks would just fall and hit them again. The security guards loved Jonah. "Hey, Bush, hey, what do you say? How many kids did you kill today?" Aaron played the djembe and jeered the hippie call to razz the squares. "Who's in charge here?" demanded a ranking officer. "Z.A.S. "Where is he?" "He's there." The pirates part, and there's a 2-year-old David Xavier, sippy cup in hand, most excited to be part of the proceedings. Z.A.S. Oh, you talk about racism, are you one pretentious bitch with and her pussy with boyfriend? But you're practicing speciesism, she said, pointing at Enrique's leather shoes. These are the only shoes I have, said Enrique. Jack and Jill set up a crate for her to recite upon. She began a short street performance about a cow who just wanted moo, nothing more than to live. The performance was going well until Jonah, way too high on acid to be paying any attention to what she was doing, shouted at the top of his lungs, "Question where your tax money's going." He regretted this forever. "Bush, hey, what do you say? How many kids did you kill today?" Jonah stood near the police officers. "I want to kill," he announced calmly to everyone, "the president," he paused as the police tents gripping the riot gear, "of the United States." The cops were prepared to pounce. Period. The cops were half disappointed, half relieved as Jonah flashed them a shitty grin. No regrets whatsoever on this one. "This isn't about peace, this is about your ego," a local artist shouted at Enrique. It was all pure chaos. An elderly man, thickly accented, eyed the group angrily. "You're all Bolsheviks!" "No, we are anarchists, and we shall not be silenced." The end. Thank you.